Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys have had an awesome week so far. Very likely it's been better than mine. But if you have any interesting stories, post them in the comments below. Maybe it'll make me feel better, or if there's anything you want to just say, make sure to post it there. But for me, so far, at least as far as the week, how it's been so far, it's been okay. I feel like I haven't gotten much done, but in a few ways, I guess you could say I felt like I've taken a few steps backwards. And also, there's been a few things just coming up. I know I may say that a lot, but usually when things happen or just pop in my life, they're usually from different areas and different types of things. But the reason I feel like I've taken steps backwards is because the last couple of times or three times I've tried to make a video, I've been messing up more often. And I feel like sometimes I push myself too much. I expect too much perfection out of myself, but it's just like I know this may sound, yeah, I'm just gonna say it, but sometimes I try so hard to make a video as good as possible or so as clean and just do a perfect job on it as much as possible to the point I feel like I push myself too far. And the main reason is just because, I know at least on my gaming channel, I could my channel could be smaller, but just seeing, let's say there's a few people I know that their channels have just grown like God so insanely fast. Like God, it's ridiculous. Some are growing so fast that they freaking like in just a few months to half a year they gain or get as much subscribers as someone could, some people, a lot of people have actually gotten, and it took them like 3 years or something. And it's just, man, I would really wish I could just, see my YouTube channel grow, because I really feel like I'm getting almost nothing in return, especially since lately I've been seeing a lot of my videos that I've been only getting, like 7 views, 11 views, 10 views, 21 views, and maybe one video with like 41 views. And just, it really sucks because at a certain point, when I was gaining a lot of subscribers and I got a little boost, or I just suddenly gained a little bit of subscribers, things were going good, speeding up a little bit. I was really happy and I was really confident, and I was just really excited. And my it felt like when I uploaded my videos, it got to the point I felt like I was in a good place, because I would usually get like as much as maybe 30 and at most 50 views within the first day or two. And that made me very happy. I felt like, yes, half of my subscribers, or at this point like a third of my subscribers or more, are actually watching my videos. And I felt very happy and confident with that. And it made me just really happy seeing that. But it's like now, almost no views. And I can almost bet you that most of those views, or at least a big segment of them, are just, for my friends. And I appreciate you guys helping me very far. I mean, just keep on doing it. I mean, that helps me keep on going. I mean, I really, really do appreciate it. But it just sometimes feel like it's, that's the only thing pushing me. And I like to see progression. I like to see things get better. I really do. And it's just, I know I may say this a lot of times, but I really don't care about the money, which I seriously don't. But when things just keep on coming up in your life, especially when, I'm not going to hide this, but when you first get out of high school, and I feel like I'm writing a depression story, but when things, keep on coming up, and, the question keeps on coming up of money. And, I don't want to seriously, like, make a living off of it. I don't want to make a lot of money, no. But at this point, if I could get just enough money, because I'm not sure if you know this or not, but YouTube requires a certain amount of money for you to make each month in order for you to get that money. If you don't make a certain amount of money, it carries over to the next month. For right now, all I need to do is make that amount, that required amount of money, which isn't like, 1,000 or anything like that, you know what I mean? But all I need to do is to make that amount, and I guess you could say I'll meet my point, the point that I need to, because, well, I'm not going to go too far into it, but let's just say, me and a couple of friends want to move in together and everything, and we're going to be splitting up the payments of everything, and, we're going to be helping each other out a lot, but I don't want to be dragging them behind. I don't want to be slowing them down at all. I really don't. And if I could just get that amount of money, I'll be fine. I mean, it's as simple as that. I'll be fine, especially since, things will be a lot easier and a lot cheaper and a lot more manageable, since things will be split up and it'll be a comfortable living, at least, for a while. You don't want to be permanent, of course, but I mean, that would be awesome, but that would be a little bit too crazy for some people, but, it's a comfortable living, at least for a while, so then, by the time, it stops, I should be at a point that, well, I could, live on my own at this point. And I know I'm going a little bit too on as far as money, but just, again, I'm not going to hide it. But the concern of money keeps on coming up. And it's not freaking me. It's not. It's whether it's my parents, putting pressure on me. And, it might be someone wanting me to go to college. So that question keeps on coming up. And I feel like, I guess you could say everyone wants a little something from me, which that goes beyond just money, but I really feel like, as soon as I get one person to slow down on their concern and asking me like every 2 days or week or something like that, or even 2 weeks at most, if I'm lucky, to ask me anything about money and that kind of stuff, something else comes up. And it's just, I really don't like seeing that, because I don't like that to keep me from doing what I love doing and keep me from enjoying it. Sorry about that noise. Because that changes my direction and concern. That makes me look at things differently, but, at one point I figured out a way to look at things in a balanced way where it's more manageable and it's, a little bit balance of both, but the main stuff is the most, I guess you could say the main focus, but when that stuff keeps on just hitting you in the head, it's there, and it's just, again, it keeps me really from enjoying it, and it really puts a lot of stress, and it does make me more nervous, and it makes me, I guess you could say, more nervous, and that might make me mess up a little bit more in my videos, but, like I said, at a certain point, when things were going good, I was getting the views, it wasn't like an amazing amount of views, but I was happy with the percentage of my subscribers that were actually watching it, and I was just really happy, and I was enjoying it, and things slowed down, I wasn't being bugged about that kind of stuff, but I was just at a really happy point. And to see things, barge in and just really just, again, feel like it's not going to just hit me in the head, it really just, I'm surprised I'm even talking about this, but I really hate that. I really do. But like I said, if things could just simply do a little bit better and, stay continuous, at that point where I was very happy, enjoying the videos. I wasn't messing up so much in the videos. I wasn't nervous, and I didn't mess up as much, and things were much more manageable. I was happy, and I was being able to spend more time on other things, like maybe interacting with, this is one of the things I would love is, interact with more people on Facebook, Twitter, and at a certain point I was posting some pictures, and I was looking to start posting pictures daily or once every, few days, and maybe some random posts, and, just interesting stuff, and I was really just, I was in a very happy point, and I was just seeing, great, rate and increase to see how things were going, but seeing how things just slow down and, things just kind of hit me on the, side and getting on my nerves, really makes it non-manageable. And, a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just get a job? Well, it's not that simple. And plus, well, there's a lot of reasons, actually. But one of the reasons has to do with, I have a very big dream. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but I guess you could say I have multiple dreams within one. But my main dream is to accomplish all of them into one ultimate plan where every single part of it benefit all the rest, help things balance out and strengthen each other so then they can stay the way they need to, because look at it this way, it's like certain channels where they are very little profitable. I'm not talking about money, but let's just say very little profitable. You have to spend an insane amount of money just to get somewhere, just to get people's attention. I mean, it's like, without sponsors, things would be a lot worse. But if someone didn't have sponsors and they're trying to do a tech channel like, Elric Fairs, and have a channel as big as his, they'd have to be spending a lot of money. And they'd be almost making nothing back. But anyways, I'm going too far into that. But like I said, to help things balance out so then everything can stay where they need to. And, accomplish a lot of things. But again, I don't want to go too far into that because there's going to be a lot of questions. And I've even talked to just my friends sometimes a little bit about it, and they want to know a lot more. But, like I said, it's complex, I'm not going to lie, I'm a complex person. Everything is not as simple as it may seem, usually. Generally, it really isn't. I mean, see me in real life. Well, that makes things more fun and enjoyable. Or weird in a way. But anyways, so I really hate seeing that stuff happen. And seeing how things have slowed down, and that has taken me a step back, kind of, just because, well, I've messed up more in my videos, which may not matter that much, but sometimes it just, every time you mess up more, you know, the anxiety and stress just increases more. It really does. And it takes more time, and it really sucks because, I kid you not, this disappointed me. But because it took me so long to make this one video earlier today, and I messed up so many times, you know, I checked when I was done recording, and I lost a subscriber. And I felt like if I would have not messed up as much, and I would have been as happy and be able to just, you know, enjoy it more, you know, instead of feeling the pressure from those things on the side, you know what I mean? And those things made it to where, you know, like I said, if I would have not messed up as much, I could have gotten the video uploaded much sooner. And I could have potentially kept myself from losing that subscriber. He could have saw that video and like, oh, I was about to unsubscribe, but, you know, and sometimes I feel like I put too much pressure on myself, but at the same time, it's just, I also, you know, feel pressure from other places sometimes. But I usually don't talk about this stuff in my vlogs, but I don't know what got me into talking about this. But this is just one of those things, you know, that really bugs me, and this, yeah, I know I might hide it sometimes, but it's just, it's there, and I do have happy moments, things do get good, and I like I said in my last vlog, I am very happy to see that the anime review channel is doing really great. And the camera's about to die on me, so hold on, I'll be back in a few seconds, guys. Well, anyways, I'm back, guys. Sorry if this is a very long vlog. Anyways, but I've had a lot of happy moments, and seeing how great the anime channel is doing. I mean, most of my videos have 30, 50 views. Almost all of them got 50 views and up. And I have a video that's about to hit 100, and this is within just a week or two. I mean, I'm getting tens of views, you know, in just a day or two. And yesterday or the day before, when I checked for subscribers, I went from, you know, I was at 8, and just the day before I was at 7. I went to 8 very quickly. And it seems like it was almost as if I was getting, you know, views every single day. Because I believe I made the review on last Thursday. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then yesterday was Monday. So almost like I was getting one every single day. But then I uploaded it very late, like around midnight Thursday. So it might have been kind of more towards Friday. Well, at least that specific review. Not the one before, but that specific one. But, you know, seeing how great things are going on that is giving me a lot of hope, and that's also just generally giving me a good reason to keep on trying, and also just another reason to be more into anime. I mean, I really love anime. I've seen a lot of anime series, but it gives me a reason to enjoy it more and get into it more. I know one of you keeps on bugging me about watching more anime, but I gotta get things reorganized. I kind of did for a while, but just different type of organizing, and I have to get, you know, I need to get caught up on that anime first, and, you know, things are getting great on that channel. I'm very happy with that. That, to me, is giving me the happiness that I might need to keep on making videos on the gaming channel, and I'm gonna try to make a video tonight on, it's gonna be like one of those, like, super really hard to do videos, or, like, complex and time-consuming videos, and you have to get it right at the right time, and it's not just something you do, it's something that just comes to you, or happens. I can't tell you what it is, but if I could get it done right, I'm gonna be very happy. But I'm really hoping that as the anime channel grows, that will keep me driving, and the vlogging channel is kind of like a stress reliever, sort of. But I do care about you guys, I really do, and I do really appreciate you guys watching these videos, because it really makes me feel like these videos really have meaning to them, or at least aren't completely useless. And holy freaking crap, freaking mower, or not a mower, motorcycle. But anyways, this vlog has gone too long, and I will talk to you guys more tomorrow.